Yeah, I had your love right here in the palm of my hands, and I lost it, and I lost it. I had a love so new, one man can feel, and I lost it, and I lost it. Maybe if I'd spent a little more time with you, maybe then you'd still be mine. Whoa, if I had only just been a little more kind to you, there'd be no need for this man to be crying. The whole town's laughing at me. Silly fool, how'd you lose such a good friend? I had a dream so near, I could reach out and touch it, and I lost it, and I lost it. I had a world complete, it was all so sweet, and I lost it, and I lost it. Whoa, if I'd only spent a little more time with you, maybe then you'd still be mine. Whoa, if only I'd been a little more kind to you, there'd be no need for this man to be crying. The whole town's laughing at me. Such a fool, silly fool. I lost a good friend. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Unrelenting Alchemist, all spiritual all the time. Today we're talking about the wrath of the Divine Mother, Kali's fiercest battle against Raktabīja. We're talking about the uncontainable force of Shakti. Within this boundless tapestry, no deity embodies the raw, unfiltered essence of divine fury and maternal protection like Kali. It's one of the most fearsome manifestations of the goddess Durga and the ultimate personification of Shakti, the primordial cosmic energy. Kali is not just a goddess of death and destruction and even time, but of profound liberation because her name itself is derived from the word Kala, meaning time, and it speaks to her dominion over mortality and her capacity to dissolve illusion. Among her myriad feats, there exists one that eclipses all others in sheer scale and symbolism, her battle against the blood demon Raktabīja. This legendary confrontation is not merely about divine vengeance, but it's a cosmic allegory of transformation, spiritual discipline, and the annihilation of ego. Through the terrifying beauty of her rage, Kali teaches the universe the sacred truth. To be truly free, we must destroy that which constantly regenerates our suffering. So let's talk about the rise of Raktabīja, the demon who could not be killed. The story begins during a time of great cosmic upheaval. The heavens were under siege. Asuras, demons born of pride, greed, and arrogance, had grown increasingly powerful and emboldened by boons acquired through penance. Among these was Raktabīja, whose name means the blood seed. Through intense austerities, he had earned from Brahma a boon that made him seemingly invincible. Every drop of his blood that touched the earth would birth another Raktabīja. Thus, to wound him was to make him stronger. Empowered by this gift, Raktabīja led a horde of demons in an assault on the celestial realms. The Devas, the gods and goddesses who uphold cosmic order, were helpless. Every attempt to subdue him only multiplied the threat. With each strike, new demons sprang forth from his blood like weeds multiplying under the sun. Realizing the futility of direct combat, the Devas turned once more to Durga, the resplendent warrior goddess forged from the collective energy of the gods. Mounted on her lion, adorned with celestial weapons, and surrounded with her manifestation goddesses, the Matrikas, Durga descended upon the battlefield, but even her fierce power was not enough to end the reign of Raktabīja. And so, from the very core of Durga's wrath, came forth the darkest of a chasm of necessity. There was the birth of Kali. She unleashed the untamable. Kali did not walk onto the battlefield, she exploded onto it. Her form was chaos incarnate, skin the color of storm clouds, hair wild and unbound, her eyes were red with fury, and a tongue that dripped blood. Around her neck hung a garland of skulls, and her waist was girded with severed arms. In one hand she held a scimitar, in another a severed head. Two more hands wielded weapons, while the remaining arms were raised in mudras, these gestures that signaled both destruction and protection. She was beauty beyond comprehension, but terrible in her power. Kali was not born to negotiate, she was born to end. She was the annihilator, and as she charged into battle, her laughter shook the foundations of the world. The ground quaked and the sky turned black. With a cry that fractured the minds of lesser demons, she descended upon the battlefield like a pure storm of obliteration personified. The tactics was that she drank every drop of blood. Unlike the Devas who had failed through conventional warfare, Kali understood the true nature of her enemy's boon. She did not try to kill Raktabīja by conventional means. Instead, she adapted her strategy to bypass his regenerative power. As soon as she began striking at Raktabīja, she extended her long serpent-like tongue and drank every drop of blood before it could hit the ground. With every slash of her sword, she darted forward, licking the air, drinking the blood straight from the wounds, allowing not even a single drop to touch the earth. The battlefield turned surreal, a dance of slaughter, the shadows, and the firelight. Kali's body was drenched in the blood of demons. Her dance of destruction grew frenzied as Raktabīja weakened with every sip she stole from his veins. His army tried to intervene, but Kali was unstoppable. With her many arms, she wielded weapons faster than thought, decapitating demons, slicing through legions, and drinking the blood of every copy that emerged. As they multiplied, she drank more and more and more. Finally, when the last original drop of Raktabīja's blood was consumed and no more copies remained, Kali delivered the finishing blow. She beheaded him, raising his skull like a trophy to the heavens. The battlefield was quiet, too quiet, and Kali stood alone amidst the carnage. Her fury had not ended, it had not abated. She was a force that was chaotic and would not be denied. And so her dance on the battlefield as a warrior with no equal became endless. She wasn't intoxicated with wine, she was intoxicated with blood and battle, the adrenaline. She began to dance upon the bodies of the slain. With each step, the earth trembled, mountains crumbled, rivers reversed course, storms lashed the oceans. The world teetered on the edge of destruction. She had defeated Raktabīja, but now the victory threatened to undo the very fabric of existence. The gods continued to be horrified, and they begged her to stop, but she could not hear them over the roar of her own wrath. Kali the Annihilator had become a force beyond any control, and so they turned to Vishnu the Preserver, to the only being that Kali might very well recognize, Shiva, her eternal consort and complement. Shiva knew that reason would not reach her, and so he did not try any conventional tactic of battle to halt her dance of death. He had to do the unthinkable. He lay down on the battlefield amongst the dead bodies, amongst the corpses, placing his divine body on the path for her to dance. With eyes still ablaze, Kali moved to step again and again, and she found herself stepping on the chest of Lord Shiva. In an instant, the spell of fury broke. Her tongue shot out in shock and shame, a gesture immortalized in iconography ever since. She realized that what she had done, she stepped on her beloved, the eternal yogi, the Lord of stillness. It was not fear that halted her, but the shock of love. In this profound moment, destruction bowed to compassion. Chaos submitted to balance. She calmed. The world exhaled. The symbolism in the allegory was she understood the mission, but now it was time to rest. And the story of Kali and Raktabīja is a deep metaphor of the human experience of our spiritual journey. You see, Raktabīja represents the ego and its countless manifestations. Every time we strike at one expression of our ego, anger, jealousy, pride, another arises in its place. The demon cannot be defeated by superficial action. Like Kali, we must evolve beyond surface level responses. We must consume the source. We must transform. Kali in her terrifying glory is not truly evil. She was there on a mission to protect all from the destruction of Raktabīja. Her severing sword is wisdom. Her dance is discipline that crushes the lower nature. She reveals that spiritual progress is not always gentle. It requires a ruthless, unflinching gaze into the darkest of places, to look into the void, look into the darkness, into the shadow. And it is only when Lord Shiva lays himself at her feet that then he, as the masculine, grounded and silent, suppresses her feminine, chaotic and powerful. For without Shiva, Kali would keep on annihilating. But in his passive stillness, this became cosmic equilibrium. And so the cultural impact is that this transformation from Durga into Kali, it is a battle that has endured for thousands of years, and this is where she is worshipped in India, Napoli, and at Navaratri festivals. Skulls around her neck, weapons in her hands. She is worshipped with reverence and awe. In Bengal, she is seen as one of the ultimate mothers, not in spite of her terrifying form, but because of it. Her destruction is not malice, it is protection. In tantric traditions, Kali is the gateway to moksha, true liberation. By meditating on her fearsome form, devotees are taught to face their own darkness within and to conquer it. In art and literature, Kali's battle with Raktabīja has inspired paintings, sculptures, poems, songs, and even modern reinterpretations. She is the archetype for the liberating feminine, fierce, untamed, but ultimately compassionate. She is Mama Bear. And the fierce mercy of the Divine Mother will not be stopped. Yet, it is the balancing nature of Lord Shiva that helped to bring this dance to an end. And so we live in a world still plagued by inner demons, addictions, hate, ignorance, greed, and Kali remains profoundly relevant. She teaches us that the path to true transformation may require dark nights of the soul, confronting our shadow, doing the work. We may have to become warriors of our own soul. That surrender, paradoxically, is the most powerful victory of all. Her tongue, her sword, her dance, they are not to be feared. They are to be understood. But when Kali dances, she dances not to destroy the world, but to awaken it. And so, my collective, we come to the end of this video. You are blessed. You are chosen. You are powerful. And you have a mission in front of you, and you know heaven is behind you. And your ancestors and an army of warrior angels are to the side of you, giving you protection. Thank you for joining me in the sacred hour. This has been the Unrelenting Alchemist. Until next time, my collective, walk wisely, walk bravely, and when the dark calls, answer not with fear, but with fire and light. And remember the power of Shakti. And if I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love you.